Orange County, California. Home of mystery, adventure, suspense. And one quiet country road passing through the hills of eastern Orange County made even more quiet by removing the sound from the following video clips. What secrets does it hold? What danger awaits the uninitiated? And where's the bathroom? I'd say that's key. Anybody? Anybody? Parking would be nice too, because that's a lot of cars. Fortunately, I've changed the laws of physics so everyone moves faster. Hold on. Wait. What do those signs say? Mountain lions? Mountain lions? I want to go home.
And now, the world's worst backpacker, hiking Black Star Canyon. It's not as dramatic as it sounds.
Well, here I am, back in black. Star Canyon, I mean, of course. It's a nice country trail. Not a whole lot of challenge here. It's mostly flat or just at a slight incline, all the way until you take the detour to the waterfalls. But I'm not going to take the detour to the waterfalls, because after that it goes up. Now you might notice that barbed wire fence behind me. The strange thing about this trail is the whole thing, at least up until the waterfalls, which is as far as I've gone, is, bordered, I guess, with fences or fencing. So it's not like anybody is going to be wandering off of this trail without circumventing some fence. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning here in Orange County. Here in the canyons and hills of the eastern OC. And let's go for a walk. As you can see, the trail starts out pretty steady, pretty flat. So let me catch up to you when we actually get to something. And here we go. We're leaving the concrete after what seems like about a half mile, 3/4 of a mile. Getting onto some dirt road. I finally used my trekking poles, yay! Well, not so much here because it's still pretty flat. But I'll need them before the day is over, I'm sure. Let's see what this sign says.
Up higher.
Okay, so as we can see, if we turn right, not left, that's a totally other thing, but if we turn right, we've got Black Star Falls 4 miles over there, but a little further, 7.3, is a place called Beek's Place. What is Beek's Place? I haven't a freaking clue, but I think we're gonna find out. And this is basically the hike for quite some time. Just a leisurely stroll down a country road. There's a little bit of canyon attitude, canyitude. You know, walking between hills, that kind of stuff. But honestly, pretty darn relaxing stuff for a Saturday morning. As you can see, perhaps, maybe you can see, the barbed wire fence is still there. After a while, all of this barbed wire fence becomes a bit more, let's say, picky. So, who wants to test this? Anybody? Anybody? Remember, no peeing on the electric fence. One of the things I really like about this trail, and one of the reasons why I came back to it, aside from it being really easy, which, you know, that's a plus, is how much it reminds me of old Orange County. Now, most of you watching this probably have never been to Orange County, California. But when I was growing up in the early 70s, there were actually parts of it that looked like this. I mean, not everywhere, but there were parts, and I remember walking them. And you see that gray in my beard? That means I'm becoming more nostalgic. It has very little to do with age. It's just a signifier that I'm nostalgic. So I like walking through these hills and remembering, for those of you who may know, old Newport Boulevard, when it went over, I think it was the Orange Hills, back towards Irvine Park. Actually, back towards Santiago Canyon College. Anyway, back in the 70s, it's very much like this. Just with, you know, cars. This is the Star S Gate, as you can see. Every so often we pass these signs that say Nature Preserve, which is why I'm guessing we're all fenced in, because everything outside is the Nature Preserve. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, maybe not. Turning back to the trail, got a little pull off there for cars that want to have a nice view. It's like a vista point. Okay, maybe not cars. Up ahead is the young couple that has been ahead of me for the last little while, reminding me how old I am. Check out this wildflower bloom on this hillside. I don't know if you can see, the whole hillside's a kind of purple-ishness. And it's not just this hillside. All these hillsides have wildflower blooming, bloom in this bloomaceous bloom. There's flowers up there. Purty. We're heading down right now. Down towards the creek and the waterfall. Here's another look at that hillside with some of the blooms in the foreground here. Absolutely stunning. So this is the creek that goes or flows through these here parts, where the waterfall is up the road a bit. I'm just showing this because when I was here around Easter, this creek was running gangbusters, and now we're nearly at June. And it's pretty unheard of for water to be flowing free this late in the year in Orange County. Still in the middle of that wildflower bloom, which you can see all around here. Okay, a little while later, still heading down this track, surrounded by the hillsides, still in the wildflower bloom. It's a beautiful morning. Whew, look at that. That's fantastic. So in case I haven't said this, if you have a chance to hike Black Star Canyon, you really should indulge, because it is such a pleasant little hike. Just like walking down a country road. I did not mean to quote that song. I mean, sure, there's all the signs telling you you're about to be eaten by mountain lions. But heck, who isn't about to be eaten by mountain lions? Okay, that's a few. Okay, all right, I see your point. Still, look at that scenery behind me. It's just beautiful. Not where you want to be stuck in case of a fire, but just for a leisurely stroll on a weekday morning, weekend morning. It's gorgeous. Now, what you can't see, what I'm looking at, is the road as it ascends, because we're about to reach the bottom of the canyon, and then we'll start going up. So this is the trail I've been walking on, a nice wide path, another cyclist, which brings us right to the turnoff for Black Star Canyon Falls. Ta-da! And that goes down there. But we're not going to go to the falls because I'm feeling like taking the road and seeing how far it'll go. May not be as picturesque as the falls, but then again, there's not that much water. And I'm ready to keep going down this road, so follow me, won't you? Here's a view looking down on the trail from up where I'm at. That's where we've been coming from.
Exactly.
And that's where we're headed. Now, up a bit further, we can see an even wider view of the trail as it walks through the canyon.
And this is the hike as it continues upwards. Mostly exposed, and you won't be going off-road too much. And you will be hiking with lots of cyclists, just in case that's not your thing.
This is a fascinating little hike, I say as I'm panting and dying, because it started out as such a nice little country stroll, and now we keep rising. I wonder if we're going up there to where the satellite relays are. Well, I'm not. Ooh, but there's another building over there, which you probably can't see. Oh, I can't wait to see what we get to. Looking back, another gorgeous view of the trail stretching and winding all the way down through the canyon. And we're still going up. You get up here a ways and you can really start seeing a lot of the details at the top, a lot of the beauty in the canyons. And this little marker to remind me that this was once a road where people drove and shot their guns an awful lot. I may not have mentioned this. Nice hair, huh? I may not have mentioned this, but I haven't a clue where I'm going, which is kind of like my favorite kind of hike. You know, just point in one direction and go. Which is back that way, by the way. I'm going to try and catch the cyclists coming through. This trail's very popular with the cyclists, as you might imagine. It's a beautiful morning. It's just perfect. It's like temperatures in the high 60s, overcast, and the views are fantastic, as you can tell. And now here we are at the Mariposa Reserve. If you can't read that, it says all features protected, caution, mountain lion area. Permission, hiking, horseback riding, mountain biking on road. Prohibitions, no hunting, shooting, or collecting. No smoking or campfires, no vehicles off the road. And a website, which I think is wildlandsconservancy.org. I'm guessing that trail goes off into the reserve. And this keeps going up, though where, I don't know. By the way, in case you're wondering, this is probably the worst trail to have to go to the bathroom around. Because it's all exposed, it's all on hillside, and there's always people. So, you know, fun. And now looking down from the trail that I've come up, down is that pretty little valley with all of that wildflower bloom. I'm going up to that hill where I believe I'll turn around. To get to Beek's place, you have to go up. I don't know if you can see where the little golf ball is up there. Pardon my shaky hand. But that's where the little golf ball is up there. That's the Doppler radar. And that's where Beekman's place is. But I'm not going that far. Just about there. We'll see what's on the other side. And I believe this is where I'm going to stop for the day. According to our little sign here, there are security cameras in use. Because this site is of some historic significance with the Indian reservations around here. As far as the trail goes, it keeps on going. Up there is the golf ball, which is the Doppler radar site, which is Beek's Place. So it's another climb back up to the top. But that's not going to be in the cards for today. I think this is about the time when I turn around and I take the trail back over and back to my car. And here we are back at the top of the hill, or ridge, or whatever this is. The altitude's only about 2,000 feet. It feels like I climbed more. From here, it's pretty much all downhill, and I don't mind that at all. As I said before, it's a pleasant little hike. I mean, sure, you're climbing a little bit, but I mean, look at the views out behind me. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Who wouldn't want to be out here? Well, if you have to go to the bathroom, you wouldn't want to be out here, because it is all exposed. Anyway, and when it's not exposed, it's fenced in. Sometimes with electric fence. So my plan now, as I descend, is to film a little channel update. And I'm not going to make you watch it because you may only be here for the hike. And if you are, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for keeping me company. For those looking for the channel update, skip over to the next video. This is what I'm seeing as I'm descending down the hillside. Out there in the distance, you can almost see what very possibly could be LA or something. Bunch of buildings. But yowzy, 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 it's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. It's gorgeous, I tell you. Still descending. So I thought I would film a little on the descent, give you a little view of what I'm seeing. It's a beautiful day. By the way, for those of you wondering what happens to this trail back there after the point where I turned around, one source, the jogger that I've passed a couple times, told me that that there's a road somewhere up ahead, but he doesn't know where it is and he hasn't seen it. I saw a couple other hikers who tell me that this road goes down to the bottom of the canyon again on the other side and then up to the Doppler station. I wasn't too much in the mood for going into the bottom of the canyon and then up again, which is why I decided to turn around. Heading back down the trail now, almost to the falls. I look up and I can't help but notice that I was up there. All right, and there's the falls once again. And now we're heading this way. Back down towards the parking lot. This isn't the kind of trail for people that, you know, want something new around every corner. It's a nice wide trail, easy to manage until it really starts climbing, and then, yeah, it's a little bit of a climb. But still, gotta love all those flowers.
The best thing about Black Star Canyon is that there's a little something for everyone. If you want an easy hike, it's there. If you want more difficulty, keep going. As a result, I saw all kinds of folks, from cyclists to hardcore joggers to other hikers, even moms taking their kids for a stroll in strollers. But mostly, I saw some of the scenery from my youth, when Orange County looked something like that, at least in spots. And it was nice to get back to hiking before heading up to San Gorgonio next week, and whatever the hell I plan to do when I'm up there. And there you have it. You've just survived another Ken LaSalle YouTube video. But it doesn't have to end there. You can share, like, and subscribe. Pick up an audiobook from Audible or iTunes, or an ebook or paperback from Amazon. Stop by kenlasalle.com for more information, and as always, thank you for your support. I need it.